Almost everyone has a vision board for the year. For crypto investors, this board probably contains a big chunk of their crypto expectations this year. Cryptocurrency investors march into the year with strong expectations, given that the last months of 2023 suggested a great bullish ride for cryptocurrencies. For Cardano ADA, it's time to weigh our opinions. Is it actually worth it? The most recent move in crypto seems like Bitcoin has finally won the heart of Wall Street. When the approval of spot Bitcoin ETFs by the SEC was fast approaching, there were anticipations mixed with fear, especially on Wall Street. The move was seen as redemption opportunities for digital asset proponents. The involvement of heavyweight players like BlackRock, Fidelity, and Invesco was a big thing and was anticipated to likely contribute to the growth of spot Bitcoin ETF market. Bloomberg intelligence suggests equally that with these reputable players on the board, the market has the potential to evolve into a $100 billion juggernaut over time. So much was indeed on the line. Jeff Jansen, a wealth advisor managing about $550 million, told Bloomberg, "I feel we are now staring down the barrel of the SEC finally delivering approval." He was one of the few who anticipated significant institutional level interest once Bitcoin became accessible through the ETF wrapper. This sentiment aligned with bullish outlook that involvement of major institutions could transform the digital asset landscape. However, despite the optimism surrounding the Bitcoin ETF, the aftermath of the FTX implosion continued to cast a shadow on the crypto market. The shockwaves from the industry's largest existential crisis sadly restrained interest, especially from everyday investors. Also, one of the major contentions was that Bitcoin, despite short-term rallies, has not yet reached its 2021 high, and notable figures in finance like hedge fund manager Paul Tudor Jones maintain a low profile on digital assets. Scam incidents, false claims, and market volatility have added complexities to the narrative of crypto integration into traditional finance. The eventual birth of spot Bitcoin ETFs in January ushered in a fresh dawn for the crypto market and investors. There was a rally in crypto prices, with Bitcoin being the leader. However, it fizzled like it never came. Perhaps the doubting the Thomases in Wall Street had an "I told you so" look on their faces when the approval of spot Bitcoin ETFs could not stimulate a strong bullish momentum. Nevertheless, everything does look good now. Bitcoin is now trading above $50,000 for the first time since December of 2021. That's a huge milestone for the world's most popular cryptocurrency and the best indication to date that Bitcoin is finally back after a long, painful crypto winter. The big question is just how much higher will Bitcoin go this year? While the new consensus seems to be that it's headed higher, there are several scenarios for how it might play out. And it's important to ask whether this rally in prices took the other cryptocurrencies out of the woods. Cardano ADA has spiked too, yet there are hanging loopholes. The Cardano ecosystem seems to be on a long journey to recovering its reputation and trust in the market. The happenings of the previous year dealt it a heavy blow, especially considering the lawsuits. Do you remember when cryptocurrency exchange Kraken faced a lawsuit from the US Securities and Exchange Commission? Notably, this lawsuit categorized Cardano and Solana, among other cryptocurrencies, as securities, and there were many fears, especially about Cardano ADA. In response to the SEC's lawsuit alleging unregistered securities exchange operations, Kraken CEO Dave Ripley took to X to assert the company's position. Ripley vehemently disagrees with the SEC's claims, underscoring the fact that Kraken does not list securities. The CEO outlined that the lack of a clear registration path with the SEC and the factual inaccuracies in the allegations highlighted a broader issue of policymaking in the United States. He called for congressional action to resolve regulatory ambiguities and pledged Kraken's continued support for efforts to bring clarity to the US crypto environment. Nonetheless, ADA was involved, and it was a long drag. Also, around June of 2023, the SEC called 12 token securities in its lawsuit against Binance, its CEO Champagne Zhao, and Binance US. Those 12 tokens were BNB, Binance USD stablecoin, Solana, Cardano, Polygon, Filecoin, Cosmos Hub, The Sandbox, Decentraland, Algorand, Axie Infinity, and Kadi. Since the Binance platform's launch, defendants have made available for trading on crypto assets that are offered and sold as investment contracts and thus as securities, the SEC said in its lawsuit regarding these 12 tokens, adding that the list was not exhaustive. While the 12 tokens were caught in different situations, the SEC did not name Ether as a security in the lawsuit. In April 2023, the SEC chair Gary Gensler refused to say whether Ether, in the second largest cryptocurrency by market cap, was a security during a nearly 5-hour hearing. Earlier this year, Gensler told New York Magazine that everything other than Bitcoin is a security. So while Cardano is still on this journey of clearing misconceptions, it has recently demonstrated a significant breakthrough in price action. suggesting that a bullish trend could be forming. Cardano's price has been tracing an upward trajectory, recently supporting this ascent by breaching a key resistance level. A technical analysis of ADA's chart shows that the cryptocurrency has managed to surpass the resistance near 52 cents, which had previously capped several attempts at an upward move. Closing above this level could signal newfound confidence among investors and pave the way for further gains. Speaking of growth, if ADA sustains its momentum above the resistance turn support level, the next target for the asset could be the 58-cent mark. Such a move would represent a significant uptick in the market valuation and could attract more attention to Cardano as a viable investment in the blockchain space. However, every market scenario has its counterpart. If ADA faces rejection at higher levels, there is potential for a pullback towards the local support at 49 cents. A dip below this point might compel traders to reassess the short-term outlook for Cardano, potentially leading to the consolidation phase or even a deeper correction if the broader market sentiment turns negative. Nonetheless, according to a widely followed crypto analyst, Ali Martinez, Cardano ADA has formed a chart pattern that potentially indicates an upcoming rally. In a new thread, crypto strategist Ali Martinez told his 44,000 followers on X that the price of ADA could go up based on the cryptocurrency's descending triangle chart pattern. However, everything boils down to the performance of the leading cryptocurrency by market capitalization, Bitcoin. While it's impressive that Bitcoin broke through the $50,000 level, this is exactly what is supposed to happen when the Securities and Exchange Commission approved of a new spot Bitcoin exchange traded fund in January. We've definitely talked much about it, and the arrival of a new Bitcoin investment product with the blessings of the government regulators meant a huge influx of funds from investors, and all of that new money was bound to push up the price of crypto sooner or later. Based on the initial excitement around the spot Bitcoin ETF narrative, both BlackRock and Fidelity Investments have pulled in nearly $3 billion from investors, and there has been a steady influx of new money across nearly a dozen different spot Bitcoin ETFs. Both retail and institutional investors are looking for access to the price upside of the digital currency. As long as investors decide to cap out their crypto allocation to around 1%, it will continue to trade around $50,000. However, what about the chances of Bitcoin reaching $70,000? If Bitcoin hits a new all-time high above the $69,000 level, which it reached in November 2021, it would be a big thing. Most likely, the ETF narrative is not enough to send crypto to that level, but there is another event that could. That event is the upcoming Bitcoin halving, which is now scheduled for mid-April. According to historical records, these halving events only take place once every 4 years, and they tend to lead to spectacular breakout rallies. In a halving event, the reward paid out by Bitcoin miners is reduced by 1/2. And that leads to greater scarcity. In the 3 previous halving cycles, this change to coin supply has led to a steep rise in its price. In May of 2020, it was based on the previous halving event that Bitcoin soared to an all-time high, so it's not out of question that in April of 2024 halving event could have a similar result. Some analysts think that Bitcoin is already in its pre-halving rally. However, it might take until early mid-2025 before it surges past the $69,000 mark. Bitcoin's impressive performance could lead altcoins out of the woods. This does not mean that altcoins do not have other advantages for the upcoming bull season. The Cardano ecosystem is rolling out several updates, hence the chances of coming out of the bear market more strongly than other blockchains. 2024 is that year. But that's going to do it for today's video. Make sure you click on subscribe notification buttons, and we'll see you in the next video.